What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and I'm here to give you my predictions for match day 10 of CONCACAF's 2022 World Cup qualifiers. We're in the final round that's called the octagonal, where there's only 8 teams left. These 8 teams are vying for 3 direct spots plus a playoff spot to see who would link up to play against a team from New Zealand. So it's tense right now, and we're at a point where there's only 5 games left, and it's now or never for some teams. But for the teams that are high up the table, it is important that they just keep that momentum going. And we're talking Canada, we're talking Mexico, we're talking the USA. There's a tricky situation between Panama and Costa Rica brewing right now, but then the 3 teams behind them in Jamaica, El Salvador, and Honduras are all struggling at the moment. So guys, without further ado, let's get into today's content, where we'll discuss the upcoming games and I'll let you guys know my prediction. Please let me know yours in the comment section down below. I will definitely appreciate that. And don't forget, guys, today's stream is brought to you by the lovely folks over at manscaped.com, who are the best in men's grooming. Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 is perfect for any gift occasion. You choose Manscaped. There's a lot of accessories to choose from. Just head on over to the site. You can check out the body wash that I used today, and I smell fresher than ever. There's also the cologne, and there's the nail care kit. A lot of different accessories to choose from, so check it out. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off. Shipping is always free. Links in the description box down below. Trust me, your balls would thank you. So now that we're done paying the bills, let's talk World Cup qualifiers. Let's do that. So we're going to take a look at CONCACAF right now. 34 teams, 98 matches played, 302 goals. I hope this is updated. Guys, what we're going to be doing, let's take a brief recap of the last match day. So we scroll up and we get to the last match day here, where the USA defeated El Salvador a 0-0, courtesy of a goal by Anthony Robinson. Very good goal. Good celebration as well. For Jamaica, they lost the game in the last 10 minutes, 2-1 to Mexico, after we had a goal by Daniel Johnson in the 50th minute. And then we had Henry Martin in the 80th, and in the 81st, and in the 83rd, we had Alexis Vega, the same players who scored the goals in the return leg, where Jamaica could have earned something from that game as well, but lost the game in the final 10 minutes of the match. Then for Honduras, they lost yet another home game. That's 4 out of 5 home games they have lost now to Canada, winning their first game on the road. So big up to the Canucks. I predicted them to win, and they're doing a hell of a job. For Costa Rica, they got a very important win against neighboring nation Panama. And this is big because they now close the gap between them and Panama from 5 to 2 points. So awesome stuff on match day 9. But we are here to talk match day 10. Yeah, the Big 10 matches will be played after, tomorrow's games are over, and things will definitely take shape, and we'll only have 4 more games where some teams are in a comfortable position. No team have qualified yet, but teams are on the cusp of being eliminated, where, you think Honduras, you think El Salvador, you think Jamaica all struggling there, while 5 teams would still be alive. And as I mentioned, there's the fight for the playoff spot right now between Costa Rica and Panama. But will Mexico, the USA, or Canada get dragged into that race? Left to be seen, because 5 matches left, that's 15 points. Okay? Still a lot to be played. Still a lot to play for, guys. Still a lot to play for. So let's start with the first match. Let us start with Honduras versus El Salvador here. Let's click that and get that graphic up on the screen. Honduras versus El Salvador. So, look, both teams aren't doing too well. They're towards the bottom of the table, where Honduras are 8th, with no wins so far, have sat their boss Fabio Coito, brought in Hernan Dario Gomez, and he has now lost his first 3 World Cup qualifiers matches. So not a good result in the last game at all. No good result so far in the tournament, if you ask me. Those 3 draws, not good enough considering Honduras, and their recent World Cup exploits. So they come up against El Salvador, a team that went through the qualifiers, the preliminaries, as I mentioned, and you got to give it to them. They have performed, well enough to earn the respect of their peers, but not good enough to actually compete. So I have some brief notes on both teams. I didn't do this for all the teams, but I just wanted to point out some things from these 2 teams and why they're failing right about now. For Honduras and El Salvador, the last meeting was a 0-0 draw. And for Honduras, they're yet to win. And they already sacked one manager, as I mentioned. And this other manager in Hernan Dario Gomez could get the sack too if he continues to lose. Overall, they have not been good in all departments. Haven't scored enough goals. They've only scored 5. And they've conceded 17, which is very, very poor, man. Very poor. I expected a lot better from Honduras. I know a few people had Honduras qualifying for the World Cup. Not me, though. Not me. But they haven't been good enough, man. Lost 4 out of 5 home games, and we know that their home stadium has been a fortress in the past. Walls have been broken down. 3 points from their 9 games so far. 2 0-0 draws and a 1-1 draw against Canada were the only games to pick up points in. It's hard to be confident in this team going forward after what we've seen from them. I have more confidence in El Salvador, to be honest, than Honduras. El Salvador has double the points. So, yeah. Look, they can finish top 2. 15 plus 3 is 18. The USA do have 18 points right now. They cannot finish top 2. And they won't qualify, in my opinion, and will have to play for pride. They will need to win all their remaining games to even stand a chance of getting into the playoff spot, and would need Panama and Costa Rica to both just implode. Doubt that's going to happen. For El Salvador, they came through the preliminary round, as I've been mentioning. 1 win they picked up against Panama, and they picked points off the USA, Honduras, and Jamaica. Haven't scored enough goals as well. Lowest scoring team in the octagonal right now with 4 goals. The defense, not bad. Jamaica and Honduras has worse defenses, and Panama is not too far behind. But, I just think that they lack that quality to take them over the finish line versus the more quality opponents right now in the octagonal. They are competitive, but just don't have that extra oomph to actually get them over the finish line. So I'm thinking 2026 for El Salvador, where Canada, Mexico, and the USA won't be in qualifiers. And let's say they do have an octagonal again. I don't know the format they're going to use in 2026, whether they're going to bring back the hex or they're going to use an octagonal. I think an octagonal will be nice to give more teams an opportunity, but there's going to be 3 available spots. No USA, Mexico, or Canada to contest with. And then there's a further playoff spot from CONCACAF, I think. There's, I think, 2 extra spots in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of opportunities for CONCACAF at the 2026 World Cup. And if the World Cup do happens in 2 years, every 2 years, there's endless opportunities with a 48-team World Cup in the future. So both these teams could actually keep their heads high. So look, I don't think they have played well enough. I think they have threatened on a few occasions. I'm talking about both of them. But Honduras, even though they got beaten in the last game against Canada, they did have some quality moments and tested Milan Boyan on numerous occasions. And I think were very unlucky not to get a goal. I don't think they played well enough to win, because Canada's tactics were just better, and I think Honduras fall for their game plan. So they do look the more quality opponent here coming into the game in terms of their goal threat and everything. But I just have a feeling this very gritty El Salvadorian team would put up a fight and earn another draw against Honduras. I'm predicting a 1-1 draw for this one. I don't see these teams separating each other. Seriously. It's desperation time. We may get a winner, but I just think this one is going to end in a draw. If any team's going to win this one, however, though, I think Honduras has the edge slightly, simply because they'll be at home, even though their home form hasn't been that good. But I've seen an improvement in the Canada game. Even though they lost, I've seen somewhat of an improvement. El Salvador, they lose badly against the USA, threatened on a few occasions, but I need more going forward from them for sure. So, Hugo Perez's men versus Hernan Dario Gomez, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. So, we're going to keep it moving, though. Definitely have given these two teams a lot of attention. I need some water, goddamn. My throat just dried out on me there. Anyways, yeah, pardon me there. Goddamn failure, vocal failure. But look, for Honduras, before we do move on, their remaining games will be against the USA, Panama, Mexico, and Jamaica. The Mexico and the USA game, they're going to be tough to win. So I think it's over for them in terms of World Cup qualifying. As for El Salvador, their remaining matches would be against Canada next. Ooh, that one's going to be tough. Jamaica, in Jamaica, very tough game. Costa Rica and Mexico. Yeah, it's definitely all doom and gloom from here on for El Salvador and Honduras. Hard luck to both teams. So let's just go back. And I was hoping that we would have landed on the previous page, but not the case. So we got to, do it the hard way. We'll do the final round and just scroll down right here. Pardon me for the frog in my throat there. I've been doing a lot of talking lately, as you guys could see the content. We're going to talk about the match between Jamaica and Panama. So, look, Panama, as I've been saying, they performed well throughout the tournament, but in patches. Did well in September, didn't do well in October. Did well in November, and haven't started well in January. So you see exactly what I'm talking about. For Jamaica, however, they just haven't been good enough. I think with Jamaica, they do not have the mental fortitude and the concentration levels in order to get over the finish line, where they have found themselves scoring first in many games, being in a winning position going into the last 10 to 15 minutes of matches, and just capitulate from there. So they're not concentrating well enough. Seriously, I think they need to work on that. This Jamaican team was, a lot was expected from this Jamaican team, if I'm being honest, especially when it was just the hex. But when it stretched to the octagonal, I think it made it even harder for Jamaica, where two more teams came into the picture, and it was very, very hard. So a lot of English foreign-born players and the players born in England were brought into the fore. So I think it kind of messed with the chemistry of the team as well, where these players have not been playing with each other for a long enough period. And the chopping and changing because of the close proximity of the games has not helped Jamaica. I think Jamaica has actually been better on the road than they have been at home. And they have been a lot better, in my opinion, when they'll use more of the players born in Jamaica than the players born in England. No disrespect to the players born in England, but when only one or two of them play, I think Jamaica actually look better. Like you have a Mikel Antonio in the team and maybe a Daniel Johnson in the midfield, and like that's it. I think they have looked better. But I don't know what it is, man. I just don't know what it is with this Jamaican team, man. But they won't qualify. It's too late. He sacked Tapper Whitmore after him picking up 7 points in 8 games. Paul Hall appointed permanent manager. Same old story. No change. Change in manager, no change in results. You can't blame the manager here. You got to blame the players. Ball watching, switching off at wrong times, and just not holding their concentration levels for long enough. In the first game against Panama, they got completely destroyed at home. You see what I'm saying? And with the situation Panama in right now, beating Jamaica 3-0 on the road, it's going to be difficult to beat Panama in this game. You saw how hard Costa Rica had to grind for that win a couple days ago. Jamaica has been better on the road, but still, you're coming up against a Panamanian team that are very dangerous going forward, and, you know, have been okay in defense. They have been shipping quite a few goals. They have shipped 10 goals, but they have scored 11. They're right behind USA and Mexico in terms of goal scoring. They're dangerous. Eric Davis on the left. Gondola, I think, had to be a lot better in the last game. But it's just the quality in this Panamanian team that I think is going to be very hard for Jamaica to get the better of. Adalberto Carrasquilla in the middle, quality player. You have Edgar Bárcenas. You have Anibal Godoy. The team is just so stacked up. And Thomas Christensen has the team playing some very, very good football. They have gotten some, indifferent results lately. But it is still a very good World Cup qualifying campaign so far for the 2018 debutants, Panama, when you really look at it. I think it's a setback, allowing Costa Rica to actually gain ground. And this game would be a perfect opportunity against a struggling Jamaica, where they would look to put the gap between themselves and Costa Rica, because Costa Rica is actually coming up against Mexico, and that's going to be a hard game to win. So we could see Panama restoring that 5-point gap between themselves and Costa Rica going into match day 11. So look, for Jamaica, to be honest, guys, they haven't looked too bad, right? They've played some good football in patches, but I think they concede goals way too easily. Way too easily, man. Way too easily. Second worst defense. Andre Blake, he find himself doing way too much in matches. I think the players are guilty of ball watching, positionally not good enough. And with Damian Lowe, one of their better defenders, if not, the best defender at the back there, you may argue that Ethan Pinnock and Liam Moore, is better. But I think Damian Lowe is the one holding the defense together. He's suspended for the game. So just think about that. Just think about that. Mikel Antonio is key. They need to get the ball to Mikel Antonio. I don't think Ravel Morrison did enough in the last game in terms of providing that service. Mikel Antonio needs service. No Leon Bailey, no Shamar Nicholson. You got to get the ball. Definitely got to get the ball to the forwards, especially Mikel Antonio. Don't leave him to do too much work on his own. So, look, with that being said, though, I do think Panama would be a bit too much for Jamaica in this game. Panama at home. They'll have fans at the stadium. And I think they're going to beat Jamaica 3-1. I think they're going to definitely beat Jamaica. Continue to demoralize the Reggae Boys, who would be stuck on 7 points after 10 games with only 4 matches to go. And a maximum of, 19 points attainable. I think by then, a direct spot may be too late to get, and a playoff spot will still be within grasp, but maybe a far-fetched thought for the Reggae Boys. So 3-1 for Panama, in my opinion. I just think the attacking would be a bit too much for Jamaica to handle on the day, man. And they'll fold and they'll crumble. So for Panama, a win would put them up to 17 points, guys. 17 points. And that'll be level on points with Mexico if Mexico failed to win, right? But I'll let you know my thoughts on Mexico, Costa Rica soon. But even if Mexico go on to win their game, Panama would then put a 5-point gap between themselves and Costa Rica with 4 matches to go. So that's a nice little points gap to have over a close rival there for the playoff spot, and it's going to be tense. I think the race between Costa Rica and Panama is going to be swinging like a pendulum for the remainder of World Cup qualifiers. And we may see Mexico, USA, and Canada continue to stay at the top. So, look, we're going to move on. Definitely going to move on to the next game. And for the next match, you see there, guys, Guatemala beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines 10-0. That's my nation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. R.I.P. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, man, when it comes to the World Cup qualifying. We work on getting there in 2030. 2030, okay? 2030, all right? Remember, I told you so. 2030. Okay, so Mr. DJ, get the music going again, Mr. DJ. Come on, man. You could do a lot better than that, Mr. DJ. You're slacking, man. Slacking big time, Mr. DJ. Anyways, look. All right, that's not the track I want to actually hear right now. But look, we're going to... DJ Dominic Rich. Anyways, let's keep it moving, though. Mexico versus Costa Rica here. Mexico versus Costa Rica. Look, Mexico are third right now, where most of us expected Mexico to be dominating World Cup qualifiers. Mexico find themselves in third behind the USA and Canada. And Mexican fans, they won't love this. They won't love this. They're not loving the performance right now from the national team and Tata Martino. Tata Martino is under a lot of pressure. I think if he had lost the game against Jamaica, yeah, he would have been on his last thread. Seriously. Because you lost both games in November to the USA and Canada, and then losing to Jamaica would have been the you know what I mean? Yeah, that would have been it. That definitely would have been it. But you got to give it to Mexico for fighting back, having that never ever say die attitude, and winning the game late against the Reggae Boys on Jamaican soil. And I'm pretty sure that the Mexicans went and got some jerk chicken after that, because, yeah, I told them not to eat any jerk chicken before the game, but you could treat yourself to some jerk chicken after that win. So they would host Costa Rica. And Mexico would definitely fancy their chances against Costa Rica, having narrowly beat them on the road in the first match. 1-0, and that was Orbelin Pineda with a penalty in the 45th minute of that game. So, look, Mexico would have their chest out. Costa Rica would be up for the occasion. And even though Mexico have not played at their best, they have been going through the tournament in second gear. It's not been a great performance. It's not been a performance that we could actually rave about and say, oh man, this Mexican team have been playing so well. You know, Costa Rica outshot them in the first game. You see what I'm saying? Had most of the ball in the first game. Mexico, they have not been good in my opinion. They really haven't been good. And you could have seen a situation where Mexico could have found themselves in fifth right now with 2014 World Cup qualifiers repeating itself. You see what I'm saying? But look, Mexico in third, they're in a very good position right now. And they would just want to continue picking up these points, picking up wins, especially wins. And they would fancy their chances against this Costa Rican team, who are in a position where they would have to try to... I really don't know if Costa Rica is going to try to take the game to Mexico, or they would try to play for a point. But I doubt they'll try to play for a point, because you got to win the game. And with Keylor Navas back in the team, Joel Campbell playing well, Brian Ruiz playing well, you never know what could happen. But I think with this Costa Rican team, we might see a fitness issue where the team is a bit up there in age, and playing games in quick succession could actually affect this team. What is it, like 2 days rest? Yeah. And that is why we probably saw Brian Ruiz come off the bench, but Joel Campbell played the whole game, and Joel Campbell labors through games. So, we could see a problem there where Mexico, with the quality that they have to rotate and everything, could be the fresher of the two outfits, and they could end up getting the better of Costa Rica. It's a must. It's a must. They have to get the better of Costa Rica in this game. Mexico lose this game, or let's say, they lose the game. They allow Costa Rica and Panama to close in on them. You see what I'm saying? So it's a must-win game for Mexico. Every game should be a must-win, but this one definitely is a crunch game when you consider how the top 5 is heating up right about now. So even though Mexico haven't been playing well, I think they'll have just enough in the tank to beat Costa Rica 2-1. Costa Rica will get a goal. I think the Mexican defense haven't been at the best. Ochoa way too much to do during games, and Mexico have been finding it hard to break teams down. And on the set pieces, Mexico are very, very poor. Mexico are very, very poor, man. So, look, they haven't conceded a lot of goals. I'm not going to sit here and act as if, they conceded a ton of goals. 8 goals, not bad. But that's too much when you consider Mexico. That's way too much. Way too many goals. Way too many goals to concede. Costa Rica have been even in terms of goal scoring and goals conceded, 7 each. But I don't think they're scoring enough. And they need to back up their somewhat stellar defensive showing so far, especially when you have Keylor Navas in goal. But I think they'll lose the game still, though. 2-1 to Mexico. Tata Martino lives to fight for another day. And Mexico should go up to 20 points in this game. After this game, I should say. And 20 points might just be enough for them to top the table if Canada and the USA play to a draw. But Mexico would have the best goal difference, when compared to Canada. I think goal difference is the separator here for these World Cup qualifying games. I might be wrong, but these things are complicated, and we're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. But I think Mexico would win the game 2 goals to 1, not 3, 2 goals to 1. So we're going to go on to the final game, guys. Please let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. I would definitely appreciate that. I keep getting reminded of Guatemala 10, St. Vincent 0. Please don't do that. Please, I beg you. So, look. We're going to go back and we're going to find the final game that we're going to talk about today. And if you guys are wondering, I am live streaming, but it's a private live stream where I'm doing this lately so I could get the content done instead of talking to the people in the chat and not have, drawing out the thing. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I could finish a video in 35 to 40 minutes. If I'm live with an audience, I'll be there for 2 hours. So, but I love you guys, though. I love you guys. But there's work to be done, work to be completed. So, Canada versus the USA. The Canucks versus the U.S. men's national team there. Okay, so, last game these two teams played, it finished in a 1-1 draw. And it's going to be a closely fought affair once again. This has become one of the fixtures that I look forward to now in CONCACAF. You think Mexico to USA, but now you have to think Canada, Mexico, and Canada, the USA, because Canada have definitely come of age under John Herdman with the talent that they have in their squad. Countless players, even with the absence of Alphonso Davies, Canada were able to go to Honduras and pull off a wonderful 2-0 win. For the USA, they did win their game against El Salvador as well. They do have a lot of talent as well. But we're focusing on Canada here. Let's focus on Canada. Brilliant. Jonathan David, Tajon Buchanan, Steven Estaquio was an unused substitute. You think Sam Adokudbe, Richie Larea came off the bench. God damn, this team So good, man. So good. I'm telling you, if you Canadians do not believe in your team, I believe in the team. At first, I really didn't. When I made my first tailless video, I didn't predict Canada. I didn't. I think I made the bold call and said, Canada, I'm missing the plane. For Jamaica, I said Jamaica is on standby. I should have put Canada on standby. But I did. I did another one, another tailless video, and I changed my mind, man. I had to change my mind because what I saw at the 2021 Gold Cup, oh, man, I was like, yeah. Yeah, this Canadian team is good. Guys, I have an eye, man. I have an eye for talent, man. I spot it. When I see it, you know, I know good quality when I see it, man. So, look, Canada versus the USA here. This is an even affair. But you would trust Canada more in this game. They're at home. Greg Berhalter does a lot of tinkering. John Herdman do not. Okay? Do not. He does not change up his team that often. He doesn't really, give you those surprises like, a Greg Berhalter will. I think in the last game, Greg Berhalter got it wrong by starting Jesus Ferreira, who wasn't good enough in front of goal, in my opinion. And I think it could have definitely cost the USA because those chances that Ferreira had to put away, maybe a Zardes would have put him in the back of the net. And yeah, I know I'm saying Zardes, but yeah, with his experience, guys, he would have put in those. Those were tap-ins, man. You know what I'm saying? He would have scored. He would have definitely scored. But overall, the USA were a lot better than El Salvador, but they always give El Salvador an opportunity by being just 1-0 up in the game, right? But they need to be a bit more clinical in the final third. 17 shots at goal, 5 on target, only 1 scored, not good enough. I think Weston McKennie had a really good game, so you got to look for their midfield, hard work in midfield there. And I think this might be where the battle is won because you have McKennie, Adams, and Musa. They played very well. I don't know if Greg Berhalter is going to go in with that same midfield, but if you bring in a Kellen Acosta, you'll get that same work rate. I don't know too much about if like a player like, look, I don't know what he's going to do. I seriously don't know what he's going to do. I'm being completely honest, though. He's so hard to predict. But I would want to see a change up top, though. Definitely would want to see a change up top. And Ricardo Pepi may come in. And I would love to see that move. Pulisic and Weah, I think, may keep their places. But we might just see some changes in this game. And I'm telling you, it's hard to put my money on who he's actually going to bring in. Maybe we'll see Miles Robinson at the back instead of a Zimmerman or Chris Richards. So you never know, man. You never know. You never know what the boy Greg Berhalter would do. So Reggie Cannon could come in. Acosta could come in. Mark McKenzie could come in. So Greg Berhalter likes Paul Arriola, Jordan Morris, all these guys. Rolled on. So I don't know. And that's where the uncertainty lies. And I think this could be where the game could be won or lost for the USA team selection. Christian Pulisic needs to give more to the team, in my opinion, as well. You got to give more. So, look, on the Canadian side of things, they are home. They have been playing well at home. They're unbeaten so far throughout qualifiers, came to the preliminaries, and have been the best team in the tournament so far, the qualifying tournament so far. So, look, Alphonso Davies is a big miss. If Alphonso Davies was in this squad, I would actually go as far as to say Canada would, without a doubt, are going to win the game. They do still have a very good chance of winning the game with their quality, right? Kyle Larin needs to be, better in decision making. Atiba Hutchinson would be there in the midfield if they choose to go in with him again. Or maybe this time around we'll see a situation where Estacio comes in. Look, I do not have the balls right now to predict a Canadian win against the USA, even though Canada will be at home And I also do not have the balls to predict the USA to beat Canada. Seriously, two quality teams right now, amongst the best in CONCACAF right about now. And I think they're going to cancel each other out. The game is so important that if we see a winner, that team would put themselves in a very, very good position to qualify. Because right now, Canada with 19 points, they win this game, they'll go up to 22. And I think 22 points might be enough to qualify. I really think it'll be enough because, look, with Panama on 14 points out in the playoffs, they could get a maximum of 29, and I don't think they're going to get all the points available to them. You never know. You see what I'm saying? And, of course, we know there's Costa Rica who could get a maximum of 27. So I think Canada, 22 may not be comfortable enough, but 25 points, definitely. And for them, with the USA, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Panama to play, I see a couple wins in there for Canada. Canada should qualify, guys. Canada should qualify. I'm just trying to ease your nerves. The USA as well should qualify. A win won't give them direct qualification right now with 4 games left to be played after this. And with Mexico hot on their heels, Panama on the come up, Costa Rica is always in the mix, but with them playing Mexico, they may just fall behind. I think the dominance of the top 3 would continue, and those 3 teams may just qualify directly, and we may see a race for the playoff spot between Panama and Costa Rica. But if the results do not go as I predict them, we could see a race where all 5 teams in the top 5 here are in the race. So look, guys, look. I've given you my best. It's been a lot to talk about. A lot of World Cup qualifying games. They have the AFCON. You have transfers going on. And these are just my thoughts on the upcoming matches for match day 10. All right. So I won't want to drag it on too longer. I appreciate your time. I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Don't forget to head on over to manscaped.com. We're the best in men's grooming. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off each and every one of your orders. Guys, trust me, your balls will thank you. All the links will be in the description box down below. So thanks again for watching another one. It was just a chill, a little chill stream where I just want to let you guys know how I think the games will go tomorrow. Nothing crazy. All right. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for following the journey. And until next time, peace out. Rich, score hot. Peace.